nicely. Let me just zoom it in a little bit so that we are close and personal. But yeah, um, first of all, yeah, I just wanted you guys to see my makeup. It's giving. It's giving cute. Anyway, welcome to my live, and I hope you guys are being well. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Today, I just want to share my first date tips. I've been getting a few questions from you guys. Um, you guys want to know some of the things that you should look out for before you go for your first date. Some of you guys want to know some of the red flags, because my audience consists of people who are aged between 20, like people who are aged between 20 to 35 years old, like people who are young, and majority of you guys are women. So some of you guys have asked me some of the things that you should consider before going for your first date, and I'm here to share with you guys some of the things that I have learned on the way. Excuse the background noise. Aeroplanes are just passing by. There's a lot of construction noises, so please guys bear with me. I'm going to keep this really nice and sweet and short and very simple for you guys to understand. So these are some of the things that I have learned along my dating journey. Of course, I've had my own share of the good and the bad, but we are here to learn some of the things that we should consider before we go for our first date. So the first and the most important thing, at least for me, that I think you should consider before you go for your first date is make sure you smell good. Baby girl, make sure you smell really, really good and you practice good hygiene. Guess what? Because that's gonna be a plus for you, gonna be a plus for your date, because your date is going to assume that you always smell good, you practice good hygiene, and it's also a real good turn off, especially for me, guys. Me, when I perceive a guy's smell and they smell really good, it's such a turn on for me. I hate a guy or a lady that doesn't smell good. If you smell funky, to me, you're such a turn off. So smelling good is a plus, and make sure that you always practice the consistency of smelling good. Don't be smelling good today and tomorrow you're not smelling good. That's a no-no. Tip number two that I have for you guys, when you go for your first date, tip number two, aside from smelling good, allow the conversation to always flow. When you are with your date, allow the conversation to flow. Imagine I'm with you on a date and we start talking about cooking. I love cooking. Let's say we start talking about cooking, and then you like children and you start talking about children. Guess what? You're going to turn me off, because now you are not allowing me to be myself, like to talk about the things that I like. For example, cooking. You want to like divert the conversation so that we can now start talking about kids. That's a turn off to me, because me, I believe in just allowing the conversation to flow. Don't force issues. Don't come off to me as if you are trying to interrogate me, because this is not a job interview. If I wanted to go for a job interview, I will have done that. But we are here to have some fun. We are here to enjoy ourselves. We are here to get to know each other. It's like an interrogation. It's like a job interview. It will get really boring. So just allow the conversation to flow with your partner, with your date. Allow things to flow naturally and smoothly. You guys are going to really have fun. And of course, make sure that you pay major attention to the flow of the conversation. Be present. Don't allow yourself to be lost in your thoughts, to have some thoughts in your head running around in your head, instead of you being present with your date, because your date is definitely going to realize that you were not present. If there are people who are present themselves, because sometimes you might think somebody is present, but also themselves, they are having their own thoughts to themselves. So just allow the conversation to flow freely. Don't make it look like it's an interview. It will really get really, really boring. Don't ask a question and expect this person to ask another question. Like, duh, that's really, really boring. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3, that you ladies and the guys also, if you're a guy and you're watching this, tip number 3 that you should consider before going for your first date: make sure that you dress nicely, dress elegantly, dress the way, like, choose your own style of dressing and make sure you pull off. Yeah? Pull off properly. Because I remember when I was going for my first date, if I tell you I was looking crusty, especially in the terms of dressing. Oh my god! I don't even want to remember the way I looked. I looked really crusty. I was crusty. My clothes. I didn't like my clothes, guys, because my mother used to buy us clothes from Gikomba Market, and these clothes. It's not like Gikomba Market clothes are not good. They're good. Let me moisturize my lips, guys. Sorry. My lips, I mean, my Gikomba clothes are really good. It's not like they're not good. They're good. But it depends the type of clothes you buy. So my mother used to buy us really oversized clothes, and when I put them on, my self-esteem down. Like, I wouldn't feel good about myself. So make sure you dress properly. And if you're a lady, don't dress like skimpy. Don't be dressing skimpy, because you'll be giving off like, you know, you'll be giving whole vibes. I'm so sorry to say, because if you are really looking for somebody to date, somebody that you can have a long-term relationship with, how you present yourself, like how you show up on the first day, like, really, really matters. So make sure that however you dress, whichever style that you choose to dress, it comes off giving like elegant vibes. And also, when you are choosing your type of dressing, of course you are choosing from your style. You don't go dressing like other people. So when you're in a relationship with this person, you start dressing differently, because now you, if you choose somebody else's style, you'll not be your real self. Choose a style that works for you, and make sure it's as elegant as possible so that you don't come off as a thirsty bee to your date, to your guy, okay? Because if you want a really a long-term relationship with your date, that's really, really important, because first impression really matters a lot. So however you present yourself, how you look, how your makeup is, make sure you do like a really nice makeup. Don't be doing like a full face of makeup. It's not like it's bad, but I honestly, for me, I prefer like going for a more natural makeup look, so that this person can see your real you. They can see how you look naturally with that makeup, because um, you can wear makeup, a full face of makeup, and this person doesn't get to see your real face. And maybe when they see your real face, they will run away. So just allow them to see your real face. Even if you're doing makeup, just keep it minimal so that you don't lose your natural features. And when you go for your date can see your real you. Because what more could your date look for? Because your date really maybe wants you to present yourself as that woman who is natural, you know. Just keep it natural, ladies. Just keep it natural. If you do makeup, just keep it to the minimal. Okay, like for this makeup look, I can say it's kind of natural, because the only dramatic thing you can see here is my eyeshadow. But for the face, for the brows, basically when I take this off, I'm not gonna look like any much different. Okay, so make sure you keep your makeup very minimal, natural looking. Yeah. So another tip that I have for you ladies and gentlemen is make sure that you are positive when you're going for your first date. Be very positive. Don't be negative. Don't be with your date and you're there, you're giving off negative vibes. Anything that comes out of your mouth is negative. You're coming off as if you're complaining. Maybe let's say your date kept you waiting and arrive and you start complaining to your date. Don't do that. Of course, your date knows they have kept you waiting. They will apologize if they have done so. But don't be a person who sits there and you complain. Your energy is low. Don't be that such type of a person. You want to give off positive vibes. You want to give off good and nice feminine energy, because feminine energy is nice, it is positive, it is, kind and all those good stuff. So make sure you are in the right feminine energy when you go for your date, because feminine energy is honestly the most amazing thing, because it keeps you like at peace. You get what I mean? It keeps you at peace. So don't go giving off negative vibes when you with your date. Don't start talking about your negative experiences with your past dates, with your exes, with whoever. Don't talk about how you've had a bad morning going to the date, how your car ride was awful or things like that. Just be positive. Be mindful of how your energy is. Also your tone. Your tone plays a really great role as well. When you are talking to your date, your guy, make sure your tone is really um down. Don't have a masculine tone, like how some ladies when they talk, they bring off that masculine energy. Make sure your energy is, you know feminine. Okay, so let me give you another tip, which I think will be the last tip that you should consider. So, mark you, these are things that I have learned along the way, because honestly, when I started dating, I didn't know all of these things. So, some I had to learn along the way. So, another tip that I have for you guys is um, another tip that I have for you guys. Let this be the last tip. Um, is focus on talking about the things that you like, and don't talk about the things that you don't like. Honestly, when you're with your date, you want your date to have the best time possible, right? So the best thing for you to do is just talk about the things that you like. Say, for example, me, I like cooking, I like doing hair, I like wigs. So if I'm with my date, I would rather talk about cooking. Don't talk about things that you don't like. Don't talk, for example, I don't like people who lie to me or people who cheat. So, for example, I'm with my date and I just say, oh, me, I don't like people who cheat on me. I don't like people who lie. I don't like people who are this and that. I don't like people who are that are. Come on, come on. These are things that maybe they will learn as time progresses by, as time goes by. But you don't need to start saying negative things on the table when you're with your date, or wherever you guys are. You don't need to start saying negative things when you are with your date. Always focus on talking about things that you like, so that this person can get to know you more. When you talk about things that you like, this person gets to know you more, and they get to understand you, they get to understand the things that you like, and from that you guys can have maybe great experiences together. Because if you talk about cooking, you guys like, for example, you like to cook, it can lead to great experiences. Maybe with this date, you guys can find yourself somewhere. Maybe your date can arrange for you to go to their place and you can make a meal for them, you can cook for them, and in turn it makes you happy because you enjoy cooking. It makes your date happy because now you're cooking for them, you see, things like that. But if you start talking about things that you don't like, things that you hate, like you see, the conversation has started already off from a really bad place. You start talking about things that you guys don't like. It's not advisable like to start talking about things that you hate on your first date. All right, so those are four tips that I have for you guys when you tips to consider before you go for your first date. So I'll be sharing more tips obviously in a proper video, proper detailed video, because this is a live video. So a proper detailed video, I'll sit down, write my points and explain them to you one by one. But this was a live video. Some things are just running on and off through my mind, some things I know I have left out. But take whatever that works for you and run with it. So I said that you should make sure you smell good, make sure you dress properly, your oral hygiene is good, make sure your makeup is on point. Do a natural face bead. Don't be wearing full face of makeup when you're going for your first date because you want your date to see how you look. Be positive during your date. Don't be talking about negative stuff. Be feminine, be in a really nice energy, make sure your tone is nice, and yeah, I think everything will work out really nice for you when you apply some of these few things that I have talked to you guys about. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this TED Talk, make sure to leave a like, make sure to share this live, share this video, leave a comment. You can leave questions here for me as well, things that you want to know, because I love doing such videos to share some of my experiences with you guys. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't already and join the family. Thank you guys so much for the love and support that you always show me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I love you guys.